Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. The message I heard is luggage like from your side of town. The scripture comes from 1 Maccabees 15. And 9. Moreover, when we will have established our kingdom, we will glorify you and your nation and the temple with great glory, so that your glory will be made manifest on earth, in all the earth. In the 174th year, Antiochus went out into the land of his fathers, and all the forces came together after him, so that there were few men in Typhon. So here's the message. For somebody, you have a lot of baggage, okay? And this baggage, some of it doesn't even pertain to you. Some of it has to do with things that your parents did, grandparents, ancestors. You have things that, there are things that are falling on you that you don't have nothing to do with. And I'm being reminded of like the saying of how sometimes when a man is mistreating a woman, he has to be careful because his daughter may very well have to go through what he put those women through. And I just feel like for whoever this is for, there are some things that you are going through pertaining to what someone else did. And for some of you, it literally lies in the type of person that you want, okay? A lot of times our parents are the staple, the grounding, okay? The foundation, if you will, of what kind of person we will choose to be with later on in life. And if you grew up around somebody that had a certain kinds of ways about them, then you are going to choose someone similar to them, and that may not be all good. And I just feel like that's the message for somebody. You are deliberately choosing people that remind you of someone that they didn't have a lot of they may not have had positive attributes to them. And it's not to say they didn't. Everybody has good and bad. But I just feel like as far as relationship wise, this is someone that kind of dropped the ball when it comes to relationships. And therefore, you are constantly ending up in relationships with people who are dropping the ball. And that's the message. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that's what it is. And I truly feel like this is someone you have to really sit down and think about what you actually want. Because it's nothing wrong with wanting someone that reminds you in a shape, form, or fashion of your parents. Especially if you grew up with your parents together, you may want the kind of love that they shared. But, if it's a situation where your parents were separated or divorced, I feel like it may be even more difficult because now you do have one parent that you're looking up to, but you also have this a step parent that you're looking up to, or like whatever was going on, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like this is someone that you are looking up to the ways, and I'm even thinking about, like, if you're a boy, a man, you are looking up to the ways of your father, as well as looking up to wanting a woman similar to your mother. Now, if they were separated, that could cause some confusion, because if they were separated and one person was in a stable relationship with somebody and the other person was single and doing a thing, it could, they could cause a little confusion there. One part of you may want a stable relationship, while the other part you're kind of like, well, I want to play around. You have to figure out, what do you want? I just feel like this is someone you are going to have to deep dive into getting to know yourself and figuring out what you want. You can't have both. That, like, and you know, I know that there's a few far in between where some men are able to get away with, you know, they have their main, they have their wife, and then they have all these other things going on the side. But when it comes down to it, is that the man that you truly want to be? Do you truly want to be that man where you have someone that you see as your whole everything and you are constantly hurting her? Or do you want to be that man that is stable in the life of the woman that you love? Because I just feel like, for whoever this is for, if you choose to do the wrong thing, you may grow to regret the time that you wasted chasing after women that you did not love, you did not care about, and you spent all this time with them. You're going all these places with them, trying to flaunt them and show them off to your friends. And when it really come down to it, the woman that you love and care about, you left her lonely a lot. You left her sad a lot. You gave her a lot of heartbreak a lot. And it would be a pity and a shame to get old in age and now you want to do all these things with this woman that you love so much and you can't. And I just feel like God is saying, you know, use your time wisely. Baby, the enemy don't want you to hear this. Use your time wisely. Because you may very well, it's one thing, you know, if you don't make memories today, what will you think about tomorrow? But if you make all these memories with the wrong people, and all the memories you have are so different from the memories your spouse has, and you have all these memories of being out with all these different women and having a good time, while your spouse has memories of being very lonely and being alone all the time and feeling sheltered and feeling like she's always by herself and kind of depressed. What was the point? What was the point of you going out and, you know, sleeping with all these random women and, you know, just partying and having a good time with random women while your person was always alone? Now, she could have possibly went out. But even when you think about that, it's one thing to go out, you know what I'm saying, and you're single. But when you're married or you're in a relationship and you're always out by yourself, it can get very tiring. It can be very sad and it can be very emotional. And I just feel like even if she doesn't know what you got going on and she don't know that what you're really doing is hanging out with other women, could you imagine the guilt that you would have in your heart when you think of the fact that you could have been there with her? You could have been spending the time with her. Y'all could have been hanging out. Y'all could have been going places. Like, I just feel like, could you imagine the feeling of basically dedicating your life to someone while spending your time with other people? Now, you know all these other people and you get to a place to where you're settled and you're sitting down and you can't go anywhere. And the person that has to take care of you, you don't even know them. And you don't know them because instead of spending time with them, you have been spending time with other people. I just feel like God is saying for somebody, you need to think about your choices. And it's far too many men that get to that place to where that woman is tired. She's sick of it and she's had enough and she's ready to go. And they're trying to scatter together and figure out what they can do to make her stay. You should have been doing that the whole time. You should have been doing this the entire time y'all were married. The entire time y'all were together, you could have been doing these things for her. The entire time y'all were married, y'all were together, you could have been taking her places, showing her off, and making her feel like the princess, the queen that she deserves to feel like. But instead, you were out with random women making them feel special. Why? You know what I'm saying? And I do know that some men have a way of, you know, even if they do have women on the side, or they have women they deal with on the side, they have their own way of putting her in her place and letting her know that he don't really rock with her like that. But when it comes down to it, what about the reassurance to the woman that you are with, letting her know that you do rock with her like that? Because if you constantly leaving her by herself, I'm pretty sure that she is constantly wondering if you really love her or not. Do you really like her or not? Do you really care about her or not? Because if you did, why would you be ignoring her wishes? Why would you ignore her needs, her wants? God is saying you have to really think about these things. Because the guilt that you will feel as you age is going to be your punishment. That's going to be your just due. And that's the message. That's going to be your just due. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.